is not difficult if you pick it from the ground up. I am aware that everyone must have heard about tech. Uh, One thing or the other must have make us to dive into this ecosystem, and in some ways we might find it a bit difficult or a bit uh, not too reasonable to understand. But I'm here today to actually share lights to open our mind a bit so that we understand why we feel the way we felt, why we think the way we uh, think about tech, how we feel tech is difficult. Whereas if we go through the normal procedures, we will notice that it's not actually difficult. So I'm here to actually share 6 points, 6 steps, six things for you to understand if you don't want to encounter any difficulty in your tech journey. Several months ago, we had a webinar, and in the webinar, I spoke about paving your pathway in tech, like exploring the tech pathway. And in the course of my interaction with people on LinkedIn, on WhatsApp, I got a lot of response. People were asking me they've started, but it's not fun. They're not getting along. And these are what I've told them, and I want to share with us too. Uh, Number one, there's something they call perception. The way you perceive things, in a way, have something to do with your mentality about that thing. In this way, perception that technology is difficult often comes from jumping into advanced topic. For instance, you want to dive into tech, and probably you have interest in coding, and you are a person that actually probably you enjoy coding, or probably you just have spoke with somebody that said you just like the screen, you just like the black screen, the code, the tiny things, the fonts, and the different colors on your screen when you are, the IDE basically. And because of that, you jump on YouTube video, you started learning Java. And I told him, I said, you may not go far with the way you have started. Fine, you have passion for it, you want to learn it, but where you pick it from is actually way far from where you're supposed to start from. And in this, he at some point he got back to me and said he felt that tech is boring, that is not what you can actually learn on your own and understand. But I took him back. I said his perception is the way you actually perceive it, that you can actually do this, you can jump on it, and start doing things on your own without really understanding the basic of what you want to do and how those things work. So in this way now, we need to understand step by step how um, things work in the area you want to pick. In the last webinar that we did, I explained different pathway, um, different skills that you can actually take in tech. And I mentioned back end, front end, product designing, digital marketing. I mentioned data science, data analysis, and the rest. So one thing you need to first do is to identify what you want to learn. If it's digital marketing you want to do, you get that. Then there are a lot of prerequisites. There are a lot of things that you must first understand before you jump on YouTube videos, before you jump on e- you know online books, before you jump on even Google to say you want to start doing some things. Number one on my list is the power of foundation. So every complex system in technology, whether it's coding, networking, or design, is built on fundamental principle. Understanding this foundation is like learning the alphabet before trying to write sentence. For example, programming language all share basic concepts like variables, loop, functions. Once you grab this learning, any language becomes easier. So when you look at, let's go a bit to digital marketing now. Let's assume you want to learn, you want to be in digital marketing space, and you're not a kind of person that love interaction, like, or interacting with social medias. As a matter of fact, on your phone, you don't have Facebook, you don't have WhatsApp, you don't have TikTok, you don't actually understand how this social network operates. It will be very, very hard for you to jump on digital marketing as a skill, because those are the basis of your concerns in that field. Those are the tools that you're going to use to leverage your skills. So in this way now, if you want to learn programming, there are a lot of things to know across board. You have to first understand the basic concept of programming. That is why you will see, if you want to learn programming now, you will see the instructor trying to teach you about variables, loops, and functions. Because these three concepts that is here, they are what other functionalities, other features, other projects are built on. If you go through a project, you will understand, you will see a lot of variables declared, you will see loops, you will see functions. But there is a need for you to first understand what are those things. So instead of you jumping on Java, jumping on PHP, jumping on React JS, there is a need for you to first understand the basics. How does what constitutes functions? How does it work? How does what constitutes features? How does it work? How does what constitutes method? How does it work? And in this first line, the takeaway I want you to understand in this is, if you start with basic and build on them, the complexity fades and pattern begin to emerge. Then you can say, this is the way I like to code. This is the way I like to do things. In digital marketing, you will say, okay, this is the way I like to gain attraction. This is where I like to gain tractions to my application. This is where I try to, this is where I like, you know, to convert user. Because you already understand that with your level of interacting with social media like WhatsApp, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, you understand that your target audience, they are always on maybe Instagram. So you know the kind of marketing target adverts that you can actually channel towards that particular niche, because you have the pre-knowledge about that ecosystem. You understand how it works. So other things can always build up on it, but the basic thing is the complexity begin to fade off. When people are finding it very, very hard to convert user, when people are finding it very, very hard to gain 1,000 user in 1 month, it becomes easy for you because it's your area of jurisdiction, is where you have always been, is where you understand. You understand the mindset of user. You know what they want. You know what they don't want because you are there. Number two, incremental learning. Technology evolves quickly, but most learning in tech follows a clear progression. You don't need to know everything at once. By mastering one step, one concept at a time, you can continuously build your knowledge base. For instance, starting with simple HTML, you can generally move to CSS, then JavaScript, and later more complex framework like React and Vue. So what this one is saying is learning is incremental. There will be a point in everybody's life that you have to learn, unlearn, and relearn. And when you are trying to learn new things, probably you are trying to dive into new niche. There is, like I said in the previous points, that there's a need for you to start from the beginning, like start from the background. And in this way, now let's assume somebody wants to learn coding. There is a need for you to learn HTML, because if you look at it now, HTML. is actually the building block of some of these advanced tag, some of the advanced framework. You will still see some HTML tag, HTML syntax in them. I've seen someone that said, Olu, I didn't actually understand HTML and CSS, but I'm writing React. Yeah, if you are doing that and you are doing it effectively, you will probably be one in 1,000. And I tell the person that there is no way that it won't resurface again to you. You will also you will see it that your lack of understanding of HTML is bouncing back at you, is eating back at you. As small as HTML is, it's one of the basic basic stack or basic language that you must first understand, irrespective of whatever you want to do in tech. If as far as you have made up your mind that you want to learn something about coding, be it data analysis, be it uh, data scientist, be it backend engineer, be it front-end engineer, in fact, be it DevOps engineer, you need to understand how HTML work. Now, the takeaway I want to give us in this place is breaking down tech into manageable chunks make the learning curve much less intimidating because you already understand the basics. When you are saying CSS, some of the syntax of HTML is used in CSS. Some of the syntax of HTML is used in JavaScript. You already understand where they are coming from, how they are arriving at what they arrived. So with that, you are less intimidated. Like you are not intimidated because you already know where they are coming from before they arrive at where they are. The third one is community and resources. Some of us usually and
Sorry, Mr. Olumide, the network seems to be breaking from your end. Or is it mine?
I think it's his network.
I cannot hear you again, Olumide.
I think the network on this my. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. We are just
Okay,
about
good. Thank
starting
you.
the third point when the network went away.
Okay, thank you. So community and resources. As far as you have make up your mind that it might not even be in tech, anywhere you are. Like I always tell people, let's assume you okay, let's even say you want to be in tech. The first thing you need to first do is locate the community that supports what you want to do. For instance, I always tell people, you want to prove to me that you are diving into tech. Send me your LinkedIn page. Send me your LinkedIn URL. You somebody that is saying he wants to start learning tech. He wants to become probably a tech enthusiast. And on the person's LinkedIn profile, you are seeing another thing entirely. Somebody that says he wants to become a front-end engineer. And you go to the person's LinkedIn page, uh you are seeing cobbler. And in a way, the way this community work, there's something they call web crawler. It crawls the information. In fact, as a matter of fact, when you create your profile to say, okay, you are attracting yourself to a particular niche, to a particular skill, the application, the LinkedIn, a lot of the social media community will drop to you those people that are doing marvelously well in those fields. In fact, the the community the online the application will suggest to you that add this person, add this person, add this person. So by the time you start adding them, you start seeing what they are doing in that feed, how they are contributing to that feed. Those are the things that will encourage you to say, okay, I really want to do more in this field. Aside that, we have a lot of communities that you can actually join. Once you understand that, okay, this is what I want to do, probably you want to become a digital marketer, or you want to become a product designer, a UI UX designer. As a matter of fact, go on Google, just type community for product designer. You will see telegrams, you will see a lot of community. These community are there to actually support your learning curve. Like I always tell everybody, people that I've come across, like people that I've met, in life, in this journey, I always tell them that nothing is new as far as tech is concerned. There's nothing you want to do that somebody has not done before. It might not be the way you want to do it, but somebody must have done it before. If you claim that you are having challenges, you're having difficulties in what you want to do, that is why you see a lot of when people are writing projects, you know, they have a whole chapter. They have a whole chapter for literature review. What it means is they believe that what you are doing, somebody must have done it before. So they want you to review what the person has done so that it can inform your own decision of how you can actually either improve that or probably do something similar to what that person has done. So in this way, you need to attract community that supports what you want to do. In case you are stuck, in case you are doing something and you're not getting it, you need to know where to run to. And on this page, the takeaway I want you to have in your mind is you are never alone in your tech journey. The resources and community support are in fact they are massive. The fourth one is practical application. Now, I tell people in tech, it's not as if it is very boring to dive into tech or say you want to learn tech on your own. But the thing is, you always hear the word "I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy" because as far as once you dive into that ecosystem, once you dive into tech, people that are already there, they have something they are doing. As such, nobody is permitted to run after you. There are a lot of people that you want to dive into tech. Now you've gotten what you want to do. You want to become a front-end engineer, and probably you have somebody that is mentoring you. And every time you expect the mentor, you expect your mentor to come to you and say, "Go and do this one. This is the next thing to do." You know, because of this pressure, I want to put it to you that is wrong. That ideology is wrong. You should always give your mentor something to discuss. You should always come up with ideas. Some of us, when we say we want to dive into any of the tech niche, what our mentor has taught us in probably the last week, the last 2 weeks, the last month, in the next month is that thing that we still have. You are not only limiting yourself, you are not only you know taking yourself backward, but you are also not encouraging your mentor. Because I'm a kind of tech guy that I want to teach you one, two, three. And in our next meeting, I want to understand that you already know how to how far is gotten. I want to see you tell me that do you know that you can actually add one and three and it will give you four. Even the fact that I have not gone there with you. So it means your hands must always be on deck. Tech is not, in fact, it's not like English that we read. It's not like history. I've seen somebody that told me before when I was in university that he's reading mathematics. I look at the guy and I just laugh that how will you be reading mathematics? You solve mathematics. Look at tech that way. Look at tech that way. Jump on projects. If you don't have any project that you can jump on, go online. There are a lot of open source. Fuck the open source, go to their Git repo, clone it, write something, create a merge request. That is how we learn. It is you don't stay. You do, you should. It is a taboo to be stagnant. So from here, he said, tech is a hands-on field. The best way to learn is by doing, not just by reading or watching. Every small project you complete builds your confidence and skills. Whether it's building a small website, setting up a local server, or automating a simple task, the experience of applying knowledge in real-world scenario makes the abstract concept stick. And on this page, the takeaway I want us to take from here is practical experience turn complex idea into approachable tasks, reinforcing your learning. Because in a way, like I said earlier, nothing is new. Nothing is new. If you look at the whole application that we have in the space, like on the internet now, you will see there's always login, sign in, log out. If you pick any of these projects that is on this screen now, probably you want to build a small website or you want to build a project, you must have done those three things. Because you have done them before, because you have seen them before, it becomes, it becomes easy for you because the abstract now, the concept gets stick to your brain because you have done it before. So in a way, it reinforces your learning. And even by that, you are able to introduce another dimension as which you can. In fact, I have several dimensions that I can use to write authentication module. Log in, log out, update your profile. I have a lot method that I can use because I've done it over and over and over and over again. So there is nothing somebody will stand in front of me and will telling me I've seen this before. I've seen this before. Tell me something I don't know. So it actually reinforces your learning. It helps you. It turns complex idea into approachable tasks. You'll be eager to see another task. You'll be eager to see another issues. You'll be eager to see another challenge because you know this one I've done them. Give me another thing that I have not, that I have not seen before. The fifth one is consistency over intensity. So here he said many people try to rush into learning tech, consuming large amount of information in a short time. However, consistent gradual learning is much more effective than trying to understand everything overnight. Spend 30 minutes a day over several weeks will result in much better retention than cramming 8 hours in a day. Some of us, I've seen the guy that said he has a video of that today he wants to watch a video of 5 hours. And I look at the guy and said, sorry, how do you learn? Because in my own way, that 5 hours, that video that he wants to watch to actually learn a particular thing, the guy is into backend, backend engineer. He's a backend engineer, and he wants to learn another methodology of writing the backend functionality. So he actually got a video online, and the video is 4 hours. And the guy said he wants to watch everything. I said, how do you learn? The best thing I feel you can do is split it into 30 minutes, and nothing should make you to say you want to fast. I mean, you want to move more than 30 minutes per day. If there is another thing that the instructor is trying to say that will make you to run into 32 minutes, skip that thing for the next day. It gives you suspense. It gives you in fact it informs your mental, your mind that wow, I can't wait to see tomorrow so that I can see what that guy wants. Like it gives you this zeal, this passion to want to learn more, to want to see what the guy wants to explain in the next step. And as such, you are able to transform your progressive learning into something massive, something tangible. He said the takeaway I want you to take from this page is pace yourself small, consistent effort build momentum and lead a lasting understanding. So say pace yourself, small consistent effort build momentum and lead a lasting understanding. So the sixth one is mindset. Talk is solvable. I tell people this over and over again. I said once you can conceive an idea, you can achieve it. There's something we call uh there's something we call uh, uh, algorithm in tech, basically. So algorithm is a step-by-step way of solving problems, or a step-by-step way of analyzing challenges or writing code. So in a way, when you have an idea that you want to do something or you want to build an application, and the thing a part of your mind, a part of your physical mind is telling you, this thing is not, we can't achieve this. What I tell the people, whenever anybody comes to me in that manner, what I ask them is, let me see your algorithm. Let me see your step-by-step way at which you feel you want to solve that problem. Because whatever thing that will make you to conclude in your mind that you cannot solve this problem is because probably your algorithm does not tally. Your algorithm is not sound. The way like your thought process of that challenge, how you want to solve that challenge, is not sound. So instead of you seeing possibility in such challenge, you are seeing impossibility. You are saying this thing is not possible. You are saying, I can't achieve this. You are saying, I love to be a digital marketer. I love to be a front-end engineer. I love when this guy is explaining stuff. I love when uh I love when people are solving problems using code, using this, using that. I love how these guys are setting up servers, uh, you know, building orchestrations, you know, designing pipelines. But I just feel that it's not for me. I can't do it. What I would tell the person is, let me see your step-by-step way of approaching that. How do you feel you can actually do it? How do you feel you can actually dive into it and get something positive out of it? If you're able to analyze it very, very well, if you're able to put your mind into it, if you're able to set yourself at, like I always tell people, you cannot tell me that you want to be a tech or you want to be in tech in any way, and the first 1 year that you want to be in that tech, you still want to maintain your social life. A lot of my friends have argued that with me, but I just tell them that if you want to get something tangible out of whatever field that you have chosen in tech, at least the first 1 year, just sacrifice it. Something must go for it. You cannot tell me you want to be in tech, you have actually see a niche, you see a particular tech space that you want to be in, and you still want to be watching YouTube video 5 hours in a day. You cannot tell me you want to dive into that ecosystem and you still want to maintain your TikTok 10 hours in a day. It's not just possible because this ecosystem needs your totality. Like you just have to give your totality to it so that you can actually bring out something tangible from it. I always tell people nothing is not solvable. Like in life, there's nothing. As a matter of fact, you will get to a point in your journey in tech that challenges you will love to see challenges. In fact, when somebody is telling you about something, what you are seeing, what the person is saying is you are looking for loopholes. What can you do? Like when somebody is explaining something to you, what your mentor is focusing on is, let me just cite a loophole so that I can actually go straight to it and see what I can actually build and see the value I can actually add. Tech is it's difficult when approached with the right mindset, tools, and methodology. Start small, understand the basic, learn incrementally, and apply what you learn. Each small step builds on previous one, making what once seems impossible become second nature. With patience and consistency, anyone can master technology from the ground up. And you can see When we started, the guy was confused. The guy we showed in the topic section was confused. But look at this screen now. You will see that these guys are just happy because they actually understand how they can approach it. And I tell you, once you understand that, in fact, like it's stated here, it will be your second nature because it will be very, very hard for you to do without it. As a matter of fact, if somebody is talking to you and the talk is not going into solving problem, you'll be like, this guy is wasting my time. Because what you are thinking about is how can I solve your problem? What can we do together to make this world a better place to live in? Thank you very much.